Good morning, everyone. I'm here. Sorry, just a little bit of a technical thing happening over there. Good morning, good morning. Hello. I have really missed all of you. It has been just too long. When did I last see you? On Friday, and it's already, what day is it today? Thursday. I can't believe. Hold on, let me get my drink. Hold on. I'm drinking this morning water with lemon juice, just for a change. I was just juicing so many lemons, and it's actually quite a lovely, refreshing drink. So good morning, everyone. So good to be back. I have really missed you. Good morning, Mum in Melbourne. Good morning. Hey, Calm. Hi, everybody. Good to see everybody here. Hey, Jane. Good morning, Pam. Dorrit, good to see you. Lisa, hello, everybody. I can't believe it's Thursday, actually. I think because I usually meet you on a Tuesday, it's very strange to be here on a Thursday as the first day of the week. I've missed you a lot, and it's been quite a big week for those of us who are celebrating Jewish New Year. It came and it went, and now it is done. And I don't know about those of you out there who did celebrate it, but I ate way too much honey cake, too much. My problem was, and I'll tell you between you and me, I made the Monday Morning Cooking Club challah with apples and honey and cinnamon from our last book. And honestly, it's one of the best things I have tasted in a long time. I made it 3 weeks ago when I filmed a video, or 2 weeks ago. You can see that video on YouTube, and I put them in the freezer. I made 3, 1 for me and 2 for my kids. And we defrosted it, heated it in the oven. It was next level deliciousness. The softest challah I have ever tasted, the softest bread with sultanas and apples that were just soft and sweet, and cinnamon, and we had big pieces with butter. God, it was so good. It was really good. I urge you to make it if you haven't. It's really good. The video is on YouTube, and it's one of the best things I've eaten in a long time. I've got to say, it was exceptional. So I ate way too much of that. I made veal cutlets for my main course for Jewish New Year dinner, which is a recipe in our first book, which comes from my late mother-in-law, and they are pretty much crumbed and fried big veal cutlets, which you then add parmesan. If you don't eat meat and milk, you can leave the parmesan off on the one side of the crust, and then you take them out of the pan and you make a sauce with butter and lemon juice and capers. Put the veal cutlets back in, spoon the sauce all over. It is absolutely delicious. If you don't like the idea of butter and meat, you can substitute margarine quite happily. Good morning, everyone joining us now. I'm just talking about how I've eaten too much the last few days, so we need something a bit lighter, something that doesn't require hours in the kitchen. I thought this linguini with tuna and lemon just would hit the spot today. It's quick, it's easy. It comes from a recipe I learned years ago with some of my friends at Accoutrement Cooking School by a cookbook author by the name of Diane Seed, who wrote a book called The 100 Best Pasta Sauces. And we've changed it since then, but that was the inspiration. And I used to make this all the time for dinners. And I stopped for about 15 years. I don't know why. And it just came to me last week that we've got to eat this again. It's so good. But before we get onto that, I've decided I'm going to play a song today, because all of us who are celebrating New Year, and anyone else actually in Australia and the world, is asking this question when they're talking about their friends and their family that are in other cities or other countries. So as a bit of a nod to how much we miss everybody, I'm going to play you a song today, just so we can have a laugh and hope we can have an answer to this soon. So here we go. Australians are going to appreciate this more than everybody else. This is my song for the day. Do we know this song? I'm a fan of the Angels. You know. Come on, this is for all of us. We're asking to all our friends and family around Australia, around the world, am I ever going to see your face again? We hope so. Hopefully everybody's having a little dance in their kitchen with me. I do love a dance. I'm not going to play the whole song, don't worry. What can I do? Drink for that. One more chorus, okay? All right. I think that'll do us with the music today. But anyway, that's today's song. Am I ever going to see your face again? I hope that I am going to see all your faces again. Especially my family and friends in Melbourne who I miss so much. And I know everybody has got friends and family all over the place that they're missing. So we're all in it together. Okay, let's get cooking. Great to see you all here. Proper good morning to you all. It's just lovely to be back together. As I said, I have missed you, my family, my online family. I have missed you a lot. Let's talk about the ingredients. Thank you, Dorothy. Let's talk about the ingredients we need for this recipe. Now, in my Instagram post, I did write 250 grams for 2 people. And I do think that's too much. I'm going to be honest. So let's make it, if anyone's cooking along, make it 200 grams. I thought 250 was better because spaghetti comes in a 500 gram pack. And if you use 200 out of a 500, it's awkward because what do you do next time? But let's not worry about that. 200 grams of pasta I think is the right amount for this recipe. Doubles well, triples is difficult because you're not going to get the heat you need with the pasta and it starts to stew. So 200 grams feeds 2 people quite well. So 200 grams, use linguini, use spaghetti. I'm using a Barilla spaghetti today. The thinner the better for this, in my personal opinion. But there's no rules here. Everyone who's cooking along, please get on to the boil a big pot of water. It needs to be boiling and we need to salt it. I am using the Olsen, you know we've got this thing with Olsen, and people want to know what I'm using, which salt for what purpose. So for now, I'm boiling water for pasta. I'm using the cooking salt, which is a coarse grain salt, which I know is going to dissolve in boiling water. And I'm going to put in about, a really good amount, okay? Probably 2 lots of that, probably a good heaped tablespoon of water, okay? I want the water to taste like the sea. So I put my salt in. Those who don't know about the Olsen's collab, I should tell you, head to Olsen's website, O-L-S-S-O-N-S, Olsen's Salt, if you're in Australia. And there's a Monday Morning Cooking Club pack which you can buy. And if you put in the code MMCC10, you get 10% off anything you buy. And it's actually really great. Great products. And we're going to do another post to explain to everyone what this collaboration is doing because it's really worth buying their products. I love it. Okay. Oh, Deb, I'm happy your pack arrived yesterday, Deb. That's great. Okay. So I'm glad that Sarkoi says that she sang along and danced along, and she also sang that bit in that song that we all sing when we're not on Instagram Live, when there's no words and we say no way. Yeah, I'm not going to say it on this, but we know, those who know, okay? If you know, you know. Water onto the boil. Let's talk about the other ingredients. 200 grams of linguini or spaghetti. A couple of anchovies. If you love anchovies, fantastic. I don't have any now. I'm not going to use them today. Not essential, but add a beautiful salty flavour, which I think adds something very special, umami. Chilli, 1 bird's eye chilli is perfect for this amount, and I'm going to keep the seeds in. I'm going to slice it up thinly in a minute. 1 clove of garlic, and you can crush it or leave it whole. Those who know me well know that I'll never crush it. I'm going to put the whole clove of garlic in the beginning with the oil, and then I'm going to take it out before serving. Just want to give the flavour of the garlic without overwhelming. Yeah, Danny sang that too. Yeah, we all do. I love it. It's great when you're dancing to that at a party, isn't it? You can really scream it out loud. Okay, Melanie, yes, of course this recipe works with other pasta, absolutely. It's just delicious with spaghetti. Sometimes a sauce works particularly well with a long, windy pasta that you can, slurp up, and this is perfect with it. Okay, so if you're using anchovies, absolutely cut them up. I would cut each one into 3, and you're going to cook that in the oil. I'll tell you when, with the garlic. Then I have a can of tuna, and I'm using Serena, which is my favourite brand, but use whichever you like. I'm using the 185 gram can. You can use a 200 gram or more if you want, but that's sort of about the right amount. And I have 1 tablespoon of salted capers, which I have rinsed in a colander and soaked in water to get the salt off, and then rinsed again. And now they're here with the extra salt not on them. I have some fresh flat leaf parsley, which I'm going to put in as well. So let's get everything ready. The pasta's only going to take 10 minutes to cook. So I'm going to start this, and then we'll put the pasta on, because what I want to do is take the pasta from the pot with tongs with a bit of the cooking water on it and chuck it in the tuna, right? So you can do it ahead. I made it for the family the other night. I did cook my pasta ahead. At the last minute, I then put it back in the hot water and poured it out again. But we're going to do it all at one time. It's probably a 20-minute dish from start to finish. Leora's asked if you could use fresh tuna. Absolutely, absolutely you could. And I would put it in, I would cook it exactly the same way, but perhaps be a little, you'll see we can be quite relaxed about cooking this tuna because it's already cooked. If you're using fresh tuna, you don't want to overcook it, so I would put it in and then have everything ready much quicker, if that makes sense. I'll try to remember to talk through that. And of course, lemon. We need lemon juice. Juice of 1 lemon at least for this recipe. I always have lots hanging around, and essential, everything we do is olive oil. So let's start with a lovely big fry pan, because I want lots of room to toss it. I don't want a little one where I can't move anything around. I want a big fry pan, and I want to be able to toss it and get it hot and cooked, and everything needs to be hot. In a little pan it's much harder. I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of olive oil. You don't really need to even measure for this. Okay, I'm going to put probably a tablespoon and a half. And the first thing I'm going to do is heat that. I'm going to chop up my parsley, and a handful is probably all we need, okay? So let me just move this out of the way. This is very, very, very stalky parsley, and I don't like it. So I'm just going to take off some of the big stalks and I only want to use the leaves and the fine stalks, okay, for this. This is not great parsley. I have to tell my fruit shop that I'm not happy with this one. Look at it. It's all just stalks. This is a new bunch that I just bought. And I think they can do better than that. What do you think? Yeah. So I'm just going to get a handful. What's interesting is that Danny doesn't like green things on his pasta. So when we go wherever, when we used to go to restaurants back in the day, and he'd always say, can you not put any green things on the top? But what he's talking about is going to a restaurant and having a handful of parsley thrown on as it leaves the kitchen. And I sort of agree with him. Unless it adds something, I don't like it. But this parsley is actually cooked. It's going to be sautéed along with the garlic in a way, and it just adds something and a great flavour. All right. Okay, so someone's asked me if the whole base of this pan gets hot. Yeah, it does. It conducts really well. I'm just going to turn it down a bit because I'm not up to where you are. So I'm chopping here. I know it's hard to see because of the writing, but I'm going to chop this up quickly using a big knife, which is the easiest. And I don't mind a few little stalks here, okay, because they're going to cook through, and that's fine. Some people prefer to add their parsley at the end of this dish, but I quite like it in the beginning, okay? So we're going to start in a second with the hot oil, with the garlic and the chilli, okay? That's where we're starting. And if you're using anchovies, I would even put the anchovies in then as well. Okay, we're not putting the capers in yet. We're not cooking put the tuna in yet. We're just doing the parsley and the chilli. So you can see my parsley is chopped up quite roughly. And now I'm going to take 1 chilli, 1 bird's eye, take the stalk off. I'm going to cut it in half, lengthways, and then I'm just going to slice it finely and leave the seeds in because I don't mind a bit of spice. Speaking of spice, I want to tell you about, I think the thing that's going to make this super delicious, I decided at some point this morning on my walk, I was thinking about how to give it some more oomph. I'm going to add a teaspoon of chili sauce, and by chili sauce I actually mean this chili sauce I'm going to show you. So I'm not going to not tell you this, but my nephew Michael makes this chili sauce called MF for Michael Frankel chili. It's absolutely fantastic, and to put this would go so well in this pasta. I know you don't have that. You could use some sriracha, something like that. Some chili sauce that's been cooked maybe with some garlic and some sugar and some spices is a really good addition to this. So I'm going to add this at the end, and I just want to tell you that. The other thing is I just made some carrot and bean patties, like burgers, and I added a big spoon of this to the mixture, and it just took it to the next level. I'm going to cook them tonight, and if it's a successful recipe, I'm going to share it with you in the next few weeks. So this is Michael's chili sauce. It's called Caramelized Chili MF. It's delicious. Anyway, all right, back to what we're doing. Okay, let's put into our hot olive oil, okay? We're going to add our chili and our parsley and our clove of garlic. And I'm just going to cook it for a minute together. Okay? So, if you love garlic, please crush your garlic into it. I'm not. I'm leaving it whole because I don't like it. So I have got my chili, my garlic, and my parsley in here. I'm just going to toss it around in the oil. Okay, my oil is medium hot, sizzling but not burning. Okay, I just want to get that chili cooking. I want to get the garlic flavour into the oil. It smells good already, okay? Now I'm going to open my can of tuna. The brand was MF for Michael Frankel, caramelized chili. You can buy it online if you're in Melbourne and Sydney. Don't know about anywhere else. It's really good, and it's my nephew, so I'm giving him a real plug. But we love the product and we go through lots. You don't need to worry about draining. You just take. I'm not going to put all the tuna oil in. What you could actually do is use the tuna oil to saute everything, and that would work quite well. Okay, so I'm putting my tuna in. And what I'm trying to do, I actually used almost all the oil. I don't mind a bit of extra oil. I want to now combine tuna. This is really such a simple thing. Tuna with the oil, the chili and the garlic. And while that's going, I've got my boiling water on. I'm going to put my spaghetti in, okay? And I'm just going to get my spaghetti thingy. Just going to push it down in a minute. Which of you actually put the lid on when you put pasta in? I don't. I let it come to the boil on its own with the lid off. Don't know why, that's just always the way I've done it. So I'm putting my spaghetti into this boiling, very well salted water. And as soon as it comes to the boil, check the instructions on your packet, how long your spaghetti cooks for. I'm going to take a minute off their recommendation. So this one says 9 minutes to al dente. I want it just under. I want it at 8 minutes because it's going to continue to cook when I put it in here. Okay, so I'm going to put on my timer now. It hasn't boiled yet. As soon as it does, it's on high. Now, it wasn't. And this is on medium-low, the tuna. I don't want to cook it on high. I just want to gently cook it. I want to let those flavours come together. Yum. It's already delicious. Okay. And in a minute, I'm going to add my lemon of my capers. I'm going to add half the lemon to start with because it will reduce a lot and I still want some lemon juice. So half of it's going to come in and reduce so we get a very lemony flavour, and half of it is going to come in a bit later when we add the spaghetti, okay? So spaghetti is cooking. It's come to the boil now. I'm just giving it a stir just to make sure it doesn't stick. I don't put oil in my water, it's just water and salt. It's boiling nicely, and I'm going to put the timer on for 8 minutes. Is anyone cooking along with me today? I know it's a very strange time, 11:30 in the morning to make pasta, and I wondered if anyone would actually be cooking. Okay, so Carm just told me that, told all of us actually, that her Swiss diamond pan arrived. The 3 litre 24 centimetre casserole. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's become one of my favourite pans. I wanted to buy another one, but I thought it was a bit excessive. Yeah, Deb will make it later for dinner. Dorothy's cooking along. Excellent. Look, it makes a delicious lunch. There's nothing wrong with that. And Dorothy's cooking along. But aren't you in Perth? Isn't it like breakfast time for you, Dorothy? It's very early for having spaghetti. Not that I'm judging for 1 second, I've got to say. Okay, are you finding it hard to keep up with me? Is that just today? All right, let me go through it again. Pam, excellent. Okay, spaghetti's on to boil. That's the easy part. I've put my timer on so I don't forget it. I've got a pair of tongs ready to pull it out of the water and put it into the pot. And I have got my hot pan. I have got oil, which was hot. I cooked in it the chilli, the garlic and the parsley. I've added in the tuna until all the flavours come together. And I've just turned it down a bit now, because now I sort of need to wait to catch up to the spaghetti, okay? Because there's not a huge amount to do from this point, because it's a very simple recipe. So I'm going to show you now. Turn this up. Are we following? Have I gone too fast? Sorry, Dorothy. I feel bad now that I've gone too fast. Probably a bit all over the place this morning, maybe, because I just haven't been, I've been out of practice. I haven't seen you guys since Friday. I don't know. Okay, this is sizzling again. I'm now going to add the juice of, let's say, look, I love it really lemony, so I can actually never have too much. I'm going to add the juice of, let's say, half a lemon, which is about 25 mils. We say our lemons have 50 mils. Yep, just put the lemon juice in, and now I'm going to add the capers in. Okay, so now all the ingredients are in. I have got olive oil, garlic, red chilli. If you don't have red chilli, fresh chilli, use dry chilli. Parsley, cook that a bit. Now I've added the lemon juice and the capers. Yum. Okay, so that can, that's on high now. I'm going to turn it down to low, because I just want it to now to just cook slowly until the spaghetti's ready. We're going to have to season it. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And for Olsen people, I'm using the beautiful Blossoms sea salt flakes for this. Beautiful for seasoning. Really beautiful. A bit of salt. Remember, we've got capers that are salty, and if you're using anchovies, you've got salt. So keep your salt at a minimum now. We can always add more later. So that's like simmering away. That's with half the lemon juice. I'll tell you what else we could put in that would be really nice, and I'm going to go grab one now. So just check your spaghetti, give it a stir. I'm going to get a lemon, because I think I am coming back. Hold on a sec. I haven't run away. I actually want to tell you all something. Guess what? I have started to like the colour of purple chucks. I think I've come around to them. They're actually not bad. I thought they were a bit mauve, but they're quite vibrant purple, don't you think? What do you think? Those of you who know that I was addicted to blue chucks, I think it's time to change, or to accept that there aren't any blue chucks at the moment and they're going to be purple. Maybe purple's nice. All right, wash your lemon. I got a lemon, which I've just washed, and I'm going to add a bit of zest in, because I think, where's my zester? Can't find it, so I'll have to use this one. That's fine. I'm going to add the zest of half a lemon. I think it'll just add something. Yep, the tuna is in. Everything is in. We cooked the garlic, the chilli and the parsley in the olive oil for a few minutes. We added the tuna, chopped it up a bit, mashed it with our spatula, cooked it a bit, and then we added the lemon juice while it was hot and sizzling. Lemon juice and the capers, cooked that for a minute, and now it's just sitting here simmering, not even simmering, just on warm till the spaghetti catches up. Okay, and I'm going to add the zest of a half a lemon. That will be fine. I think that'll be beautiful. It would also be nice to put a bit of zest on the end, at the end, when you are serving. Okay, so when my spaghetti gets close to being ready, I'm going to turn this pan up because I want this pan of tuna to be really hot so that when I take the spaghetti and some of the water into it, it just goes sizzle, right? That wasn't ideal. Sizzle, and then cooks really well, and the lemon juice, you know, kind of concentrates, and I'm going to add a bit more juice to finish it off, maybe a bit more pasta water. You'll see, it's good. So Claire prefers the purple chucks. You know what, I think that I have to maybe come around to it. There's also, is there another colour? There's green. I think there's green as well. So Dorothy, how much juice? Well, the recipe that I wrote says a juice of a lemon, which is about 50 mils, but I think you could go a lemon and a half. I love it lemony. I put in about 30 mils for starters, and I'm going to put in another 30 a bit later, maybe a bit more. You know, don't be shy with your lemon juice. Let's see how this pasta's going. Still very al dente. I'm going to give it another minute or two, and then it's going to go in. Okay, how's everyone going? Have I confused you all today, or are you with me? Please tell me you're with me. Are you with me? Anyone? Give me the thumbs up. Okay. Now, some people want to eat parmesan with this pasta, and I'm not going to judge you if you want to do that. I don't love the idea of parmesan and tuna, but by all means, if that floats your boat, you just do that. I don't think it needs it. I'm going to serve this with a lemon zest on top and a spoon of this caramelized chili. I think that will be absolutely amazing, just like that. Robin, good morning. There is actually no full recipe anywhere. That's the thing with these dishes that I do on Instagram. I give you the ingredients, and you have to watch and work it out. Does that mean? No. I just don't write. I haven't written them up unless they're in the book, and this is not from the book. It's just following along what I do. So hope that's okay for you. Okay, so here we go. How are we going? I think the spaghetti's ready. What do you think? Because it's now, my timer's about to go off, and that'll be 8 minutes for my spaghetti. I'm turning my tuna up now. I want this pan to be really hot, okay? So I want to hear it sizzle. It needs to be hot when that goes in, okay? And that's what's going to make this dish great. Let me just get a teaspoon for my chili. Yeah, I did have one ready. Let's go. All right. Sizzling, can you hear? Okay. Beautiful. Sizzling. Think of it. The garlic's cooking, the chili's caramelizing, the lemon juice is reducing. Smells fabulous. Okay. That's my timer for my spaghetti. I know it's ready. I'm turning the spaghetti off. I am taking the spaghetti straight from the pot. And if I don't hear that sound, my pot is not hot enough, okay? And I'm putting it in. This is my 200 grams of spaghetti which has been cooked. Now, I just want to keep the pasta water in case I need some more liquid in here. But first, I'm going to toss it round just like that. Make it better. Yum. I'm going to add the other half of my lemon, or about another 30 mils. And I'm going to cook it on high heat because I want it to sizzle. And that's it. That's my dish. It's absolutely simple and delicious. So go to the website MF, that's from Michael Frankel, mfchili.com.au, and that has delivery and purchase information, I think for Melbourne and Sydney, and maybe other parts of Australia too. So, yum. I'm going to take my garlic out because you know I don't want to eat the garlic. And that's it. That's dinner done. Fresh tuna would go beautifully. Someone asked earlier, I think it would be fabulous. And now that's done, I'm going to get my serving bowl and my tongs. Just take care because a lot of the goodness, the capers and the tuna sometimes fall to the bottom. But remember, use a big pan so there's lots of space to toss it. Like, look how delicious that looks. I'm going to put Yeah, this is definitely the right amount, I think, for 2 people. Two quite generous servings, okay? So, yum. So that's that. I'm going to put a little bit of zest on the top. Oh, Rob, I can't believe your kids fight over the garlic cloves. That's hilarious. I'm going to add some lemon zest on the top. I'm not putting parmesan on this. You can put it on if you like. Certain members of my family may have done that the other night. I'm going to put a big spoon of that chilli, caramelised chilli on top. There's my fork. That is it. And really, as I say to you, I know it took me 30 minutes to do it, but it's actually a 10-minute recipe because you put your pasta on, you get everything else ready, and then when the pasta's done, you chuck everything in. It's super delicious. Of course, season it if you want, add some more salt and pepper, taste it in the pan, which I didn't do. I think this is a winner, and I even had the one that I made the other night cold the next day for lunch. It was actually delicious as well. So that is my linguini with tuna and lemon. Just a beautiful, simple, quick and light dinner or lunch or whatever. I hope that you love it. Remember, most important thing here is when you put the pasta into the pan, it's got to be hot. We're going to cook it on a high temperature for a short amount of time. Okay, if you are serving it later for dinner, you could do that whole tuna step, let it sit aside, cook the pasta at the last minute. I know we all cook pasta ahead and whatever, but there's nothing better than fresh, hot pasta from a pan. I was actually chatting to, I think it was Rob the other day on Instagram about whether you put your pasta in a bowl and put your sauce on top of it. I used to do that, but now always I put whether it's a bolognese or a tomato, I cook it together in a pan. I think the result you get is so much better when it's cooked hot in a pan and you serve it piping hot to the table. I love it. Dorothy, how good does it smell? Yum, yum, yum. Is it time for lunch? I think it actually is. So that is it for me. I want to just tell you tomorrow I'm doing blood oranges because I've gone a bit mad with blood oranges. If you want to join me tomorrow for blood oranges and you are in metro areas, you can order a box from, and we're not getting any kickbacks from this. This is just a great service that they're offering from Red Belly Citrus. They're really good blood oranges for juicing. You can get a box for $45, including delivery. And I reckon if you order now, you'll get it first thing in the morning. So I'm making two. I'm making a blood orange Camparian soda granita because I love Camparian soda. And I'm making a blood orange granita with no alcohol. So I'm doing 2 different ones. You can join along tomorrow, 11:30, same time, same place. And I'm just planning next week what we're going to do. And I decided to make a dish called cholent for breaking the fast of Yom Kippur. And cholent, for those who don't know, is a slow cooked, so slow, I'm talking 24 hours in the oven. Mine is, I'm doing a little practice one now, it's in the oven. I mean practice in the sense that I've made it a lot, but not recently. I'm making that one, I made it yesterday. Cooks in the oven for 24 hours. It's got beef, brisket, and potatoes, and beans, and barley, and fried onions. And it's just, I think, the heart and soul of Ashkenazi cooking. It's just delicious. So I'm going to make that next week and some other delicious things. That is it from me. I will see you all tomorrow morning, same time, same place, and have a good day wherever you are. Keep safe. Hang in there if you're in lockdown, and hopefully we will all see each other again soon in real life. Hopefully. Anyway, see you all. Thanks for joining me. Bye all.